Welcome back to the second episode of the Red Leaf saga. Join us as we're now got the pack out of the car and we start to open up the pack and see what's going on. Okay, so with a neighbor's borrowed jack, I was able to get underneath, get my big jack out of the middle. Under the front, I've got a creeper, and the creeper didn't like it too much, but it seemed to get it out. We still couldn't quite get it under the edge of the car, the lip of the car, so I ended up jacking up the back of the car a little bit just so the back part of the pack, you can see it sticks up a fair bit more, and you can see the scrape marks on the top of the pack from where it just was kissing the bottom of the car coming out. But between all that and with the help of my wife and daughter, it is out and ready to be cleaned up. My next step is going to be to vacuum all of the detritus, all the crap off the top of here and get it all cleaned up and ready for me to pull the top of the case off. You'll notice that I have taped up that connector with some electrical tape. It's kind of a crappy job because I was trying to do it through the hole. Probably redo it now. But it just one, it keeps the dirt out of there, and two, it just makes sure that bare fingers don't end up touching that. With that fuse, whatever you want to call it, safety switch pulled out, it shouldn't have any power there, nor should it have any power at the front. But just for double protection, I will probably tape up both of them nice and securely so that we don't have to worry about anybody getting an inadvertent shock, even though I think it should be next to impossible, but it's always better to be safe. Okay, welcome back. So, last I left off with the video, I think I managed to pull the battery pack out and got it cleaned up. I got all the bolts on the outside of the pack taken out fairly easily. Some of them were a little bit rusty, but not too bad. The issue I'm having now is the center section. There are 6 number 30 Torx bits with a security nib in the center. Turning out to be next to impossible to get off. They are all corroded in place, rusted in. I tried the number 30 Torx bit with the security nib, and I have broken off one and twisted up another. They're just so corroded in here that the one with the security drilled out nib in the center is just not strong enough. So what I've been doing is drilling out the little security nib and using a normal number 30 Torx bit to try and loosen them up. Even having done that, the back 2 have snapped off and have not cooperated. At least I got them to snap off. I don't know if that's good or bad. So the front 2 over here I've got successfully loosened up. They're okay. I can probably reuse them. These front 2 are my next projects, and I thought I should probably put the camera back on for that. And it's going to be a little noisy, but forgive me. I'm center punching that little center nib to get my drill started. Okay, hopefully enough purchase for my drill there now. There we go, center nib all cleaned out. I've noticed that my solid number 30 Torx bit is already starting to twist up. That's not good. But hopefully it'll last for 2 more goes. I am also trying to get the rust to release using what I call a woodpecker, but basically it's just putting an air hammer or a rivet gun on top of a fastener to kind of shake it to break loose the corrosion. Problem I'm having is my Porter cable air hammer hasn't been used in so long that it's having trouble getting started, so I have to start it. You can hear it just doesn't want to go. Okay, once it started to turn, I'm usually good. Yeah, I think we won again. So those back two must have been more corroded than the front four. Because that's no problem. That's good. All right, we can move to the front one. Go through the whole procedure again. This is tedious. Thank you so much, Nissan, for making this 10 times harder than it had to be. A regular number 10 millimeter bolt wouldn't have worked, eh? Like everything on the outside of that pack. On the upside, the back seems very strong, and all this beating on it I'm doing doesn't seem to be deforming it at all, which is good. There we go. They usually come with a bit of a pop for whatever reason when that nib lets go. Usually lets go all at once. Yeah, that looks good to me. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. Yeah, that seems to fit. Go through this crappy process. My air gun air hammer only seems to start when it's either pointed flat or straight up. Catch you next time. So we both have on 1,000-volt gloves.
They're very squishy and very big. But yours don't have a little tighten thing.
No, you've got the special gloves. Oh. Wonder if I should, yes. We're not into the pack yet, so I can do these with fingers. Okay. Okay. Oh, what was all that? Oh, let's see. Okay. Oh, look at how shiny and clean it is. That was what I could not do by myself. Cool. Cool. You gonna hang out or are you done?
I'll sit here for a bit, I guess.
Okay.
It's an interesting smell.
It is. It does have a particular smell, doesn't it?
It kind of smells like bubblegum cough syrup.
Bubblegum cough syrup. Well, I'm going to say that this is probably not a good thing to have draped all around. Although it is rubber, so it should be non-conductive, I would think.
The little metal parts in it. I guess that's why they made it rubber.
Yeah. Now this car has a rubber seal. The newer cars have silicone. And you have to scrape it all off. So this is kind of, for us, for our purposes, this is kind of handy because I don't have to sit here and chisel the silicone.
That kind of looks like the beginning of a transformer.
Like the movie Transformers, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
This is Optimus, not so prime.
Optimus in repair.
Optimus in repair. There you go. Okay. That is safely stowed. So this black thing here in the middle is what I think our problem is.
Okay.
So, the videos that I saw said that this is the computer brain.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to start messing with any of it until you disconnect the computer brain. But sadly, it is at about 200 or 300 volts, maybe more. So we get my nice little plastic guy so we're not shorting anything out. And pull out a few connectors so we do not short out the brain.
So if you're doing this, that means everything is going to be reset when you get back in the car.
Yeah, it'll have to relearn. You're absolutely right. Actually, I don't know. It might store it in the brain. When you plug it back in, it just check and see if everything's the same. Okay, so the brain is safe. I think. I think. Oh. Nope, there's a whole whack more underneath. Oh, sugar. How does one get to that? Oh.
Very carefully. What do you need?
I kind of need two of these. One to push the little tab in, and the other one to push down on the connector.
Do you have to?
Yeah. Next thing is you're going to want to know where.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I can do is disconnect the 4 nuts, bring the whole thing up, and then it's easier to get at. What do you think?
I'd say if you can find the other one, I'd do too, because you don't want to be pulling stuff and having other things accidentally disconnect or whatever else.
Oh.
You're going to have a lot of editing to do.
Yes. Okay. Sure. Easy, basically.
Well, these aren't exactly made to be self-servicing. As you can tell.
Here we go. All the connectors out of the brain. Probably shouldn't leave things sitting on top of the battery.
Nope. Now, how do you take the black thing out?
Well, first, I got to knock the battery down to a reasonable voltage, because right now we're sitting at 200 volts and 200 volts, which is more than I really should be playing with. So I think if I disconnect this backpack, that should knock it down to something a little more reasonable.
It opens a little bit and then it sets back down.
Yeah.
Are we sure that it opens?
Yeah, I just don't know which way. Ah. Okay. So there's a main connector. Get out my special 1000-volt socket set. Disconnect that in a second.
And now this one should be easier.
Hopefully. Now, how did I do that?
Inside opens out.
What did I do? I've already forgotten.
You push down the thing and then you pry it open, then it opens like a door. I think you should leave it all in. Just have people watch you struggle. So when they go and try and do it themselves and they see all the other videos of people saying, and look, it's so easy, you just do this, they can instead watch your video and go, ha, I did it better than that guy. Good.
Yep.
My gloves say they're good for 5,000 volts.
AC or DC?
AC.
How many volts DC? Because we're working DC.
What's it on the other glove? No, it does not say it on the glove. Well, now it says max use volt, 1,000 volts AC. But it says it's been tested up to 5,000 volts AC.
I'm going to move that somewhere that it can't accidentally slide back on. Easier said than done. There we go. Okay, so there's no way that that can reattach itself. And I'm going to put the cover back roughly in place. You know that smell when we first opened it up?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's like what the guy's opening like King Tut's tomb smelled.
Doubtful.
Doubtful? You don't think they smell
Like bubblegum? No.
old electronic smell?
No. It'd probably be very musky.
Yeah. Where's my little poker guy? I never thought these would be so useful, but they really are. Okay. There. Now it can't touch. Like that. So now, theoretically, we are down to a much lower voltage. Probably down far enough that you don't need the gloves, but I'm going to keep them on just because I'm paranoid. And what next?
You disconnect the little box.
Yeah, you are correct.
Now do you know how to disconnect the little box?
Not a clue. Getting hot. I don't want to start sweating on this. Okay. So it looks like I got a whole bunch of little connectors I need to pop apart.
It's just before you do that, make sure you get like an up close thing of it so you know where everything goes back together.
That's a good point.
When you inevitably forget.
Okay. So there is a wire that goes down the side. There is a connector there. Connector. So connector here. Connector there. Connector on top that seems to be attached. I'm kind of concerned about how I'm going to get that and that off. And then I think I have to lift the cover off the box to get to the main through contactors. There we go. Easy enough. Where's the tab on that one? Oh, that was easier than I was expecting. That came apart. I don't know how I'm going to get them off the cover. Maybe I don't need to. What do you think? Maybe the cover just comes off and...
Well, unless you need the cover.
I don't think so, but I don't know.
You can always try lifting it off, and if it comes off, good. If it doesn't...
Yep, that is the key. I think you hit the nail on the head. Fancy dancy socket set. It's the first time I'm using this.
Well, you don't usually deal with 1000 volts.
Nope, I usually don't deal with 1000 volts. You are correct. Oh, it's got a little post on top so it doesn't mix it, so it'll just sit there. Question is, how do I get that out of there? If I had a little magnet, that would be perfect. I don't think I have a 1000 volt magnet though. I guess I don't, as I said, I don't think I need 1000 volts now that I've disconnected the back. I sound like a Dora the Explorer episode. Backpack. No?
When you lift the box, won't they just come up with it?
Yeah, I'm just afraid they're going to fall back in. That's my problem. Gotta get out of the habit of leaving stuff on top, don't I?
Yep. Can you use your two little things to pull it up?
You know what I really should have gotten is a 1000 volt pair of pliers, which are available. I just didn't think I would need them. But now I'm seeing that they'd be really handy. Oh well.
I'm guessing you can't reach down and grab them?
Not with these on. Nope. I got an idea. Forky. Maybe I can fork them off. Almost. Okay. Maybe this is the trick. Oh yeah. There you go. Oh yeah. These little orange dealies are just phenomenal.
Piece of cake.
What's that?
Piece of cake.
Yeah, now what? I still think I gotta get this wire off because I don't think.
Does it not have enough movement to pull the cap off?
Say again?
Does it not give you enough movement to just be able to pull it off?
No, it's snug. It's snug on both ends. If I could just cut those two tie wraps and rotate it back, I don't know how this is gonna. Yeah, maybe this just pops. I bet you it does.
And this is the moment that he breaks it.
Stuck.
Well, can you cut the other two pieces off is the bigger question.
Yeah.
Because you've already got the wires off of there, so that part doesn't need to come off.
I can. My only problem is I don't have the right tools to do it, but I think we're at a lower voltage right now, so what regular tools could be used.
I suppose so long as they're insulated.
Yeah. Okay. So that is that. It moves off to the side. I'm happy with that. I'm not happy with this brown connector. And I feel like this cover, I don't think I had to take off. Yeah. I don't think I had to take off the nuts to get to the cover here. Suggestions?
Call your local Nissan dealership.
To which they would say, yes, sir, we can do that. Just give us $8,000. But the car's worth $8,000. Yes, we know, sir. Oh.
Did you forget to disconnect something?
No. I'm just looking at this cover here. No, okay. There's a screw down there. I thought maybe I had to undo the screw to get the cover off, but no, that's not the case.
The cover seems to be pulling better on that side.
No, the whole unit's pulling. I should have left the bolts in.
Well, you can always put them back.
I can. I am trying to figure out how to release this cover, though. I can see the little push tabs. I just don't know how you get to them.
With specialized tools that you don't have.
Yes, specialized tools I do have. I do. You are absolutely correct. I bet you that one of these 1,000-volt screwdrivers will do it. Can you take them out of the package for me? that solves that. That's one way to do it. I don't recommend that way. Oh. Okay. There's half. Virginia said.
You're welcome.
And now we're back to the little brown guy. It won't let us come up any further. There you go.
And the screwdriver comes in handy yet again.
Yes, ma'am. Screwdriver's the bomb. Well, hopefully not a bomb, but
Don't put it on top.
don't put it on top, she says. It's probably a good idea. Don't put anything on top. What next? Okay. So, I've got two contactors there to undo. Or not contactors, two big wires. All right.
Well, that's before you undo things. Let's look at
Yeah.
it again.
So I'm going to undo that one. And I'm going to undo that one. I come to the far end and undo that one and that one. As long as I can wiggle them far enough out of the way, I should be able to pull that whole block out and do some testing away from the battery.
Perfect.
And it's all 10 millimeter. Good Japanese product. Everything's 10 mil. This side should be dead because the contactors don't have any power. So what I'm working on right now should be completely dead. The back ones should each have some decent power. On that side so that I know that he was for here. Although I suspect they are all the same. Okay. So, should be able to lift that off, set it aside. This one, okay, it'll bend enough. Those, I think, are underneath. So with any luck, what are we getting caught on? Perhaps the shorter question is, what are we not getting caught on? Okay, so that side's free. How about this side?
The side's getting caught on the wire.
You think? It's getting caught on that? Don't catch my gloves. I think I have to take that off first. Oh, back. Oh, back.
Not a young man anymore.
When you're dead, I can't be a young man. Ta-da! That's out of the way. I think the rest of it will come very easily now. Oh yeah. No more wires. Okay, I suspected culprit is out. So, a couple of big contactors. In the bottom, there's a big ass resistor. And one of those three, I suspect, is the trouble. Well, that concludes the second episode of our Red Leaf Saga. I hope you'll join us next time. As you can see, I'm starting to learn a few editing tips and tricks here. I've managed to figure out the speed up the boring parts function. Although I'm sure there's more I could speed up, but hey, I'm learning as I go. So I hope to see you in the third episode when we take that box I just pulled out of the pack and do some testing.